Hi everyone. So a lot of you guys have been asking what are some ways I try to shop cruelty-free or what I use as a cruelty-free shopping source. Well, first of all, I really appreciate the Leaping Bunny guide, and I appreciate them more than the PETA guide, and I'll tell you simply because PETA tends to get the news secondhand via Leaping Bunny. Leaping Bunny always tends to get the information first. I also feel that their doesn't test list is far more narrow than PETA's. PETA's is very conflicting to Leaping Bunny's, but I mean, PETA does provide a wider array of products for you to shop, so I know a lot of people prefer the PETA list, maybe because of that. But I know PETA is definitely the resource that gets most mention, but I like Leaping Bunny myself. I don't buy any products on Leaping Bunny, however, that do have a little purple square next to the parent company. That means the parent company tests, and that's their way of letting you know. So that for me, that's like putting my money to the parent company that tests and giving them money, which is what I don't want to do. But everybody has their own definition of cruelty-free. Some people like to buy from brands like The Body Shop because it's like telling L'Oreal, who owns The Body Shop, that they want cruelty-free products and will only buy from them if L'Oreal goes cruelty-free. For me, the money just ends up in L'Oreal's pocket at the end of the day, so I choose not to support brands like The Body Shop. Other resources I like are brands like, other resources are Vegan Beauty Market and WhiteRabbitBeauty.com. Now, they don't really have a cruelty-free list on there, but I feel like the brands that they do have on there are smaller, lesser known, very vegan staple items like 100% Pure, Zuzu Luxe, Gabrielle, Alima, Giovanni, things like that are just very narrow and down to just being 100% vegan, fragrance-free, and all that good stuff. This year, it's sort of my goal to use definitely 100% more paraben-free products, and if you've been watching my videos recently, you'll notice that as well. I've also been putting more disclaimers in the bottom saying pretty much that you know, a lot of the products I'm using are paraben-free. It's also why I've been using Pumpkin Poppy a lot more, because I don't have the use of my Urban Decay anymore, and I don't really want to reinvest in everything I have right now because I'm still really worried that more brands are going to be selling, and for me it's a big waste of money to keep reinvesting in makeup and then not being able to use it in tutorials. So I'm kind of taking a bit of a hiatus on buying makeup, and I do mean that sincerely because especially from big brands, you know, I don't go into Sephora anymore. I can't tell you, like, well, the last time I went to Sephora was when I was in Idaho, and I stopped in and got a Josie Moran item, but really just not looking to reinvest in everything right now because I want to kind of wait and see who sells to China, unfortunately. So I'd like to get started on my monthly favorites, and we'll begin with the face like I usually do. For face products, I had tried out a lot of different foundations before I went to my sister's wedding in Idaho, and I really liked the Face Atelier foundation. It is watery and thin, so you do have to kind of shake it up. It did not give me any breakouts, which is why I loved it. I bought various shades, and I liked, you know, each one was very blendable. It looked so great, sat great on the skin, loved it. Honey is a perfect kind of yellow-based tan color without being too orange. I really liked that foundation. I also really like the Inglot YSM. I just ended up going for this in the very end, which was featured in my recent favorite foundation video. I had changed the title so it no longer says cruelty-free in there because there's an Urban Decay foundation in there. So rather than taking down the video, I changed the title. But I love this Inglot one because it's got a little bit of coconut oil in there. So it kind of leaves your skin looking moist and dewy, which is beautiful and kind of anti-aging. It doesn't make me break out, even though I used to have oily skin. I feel like the coconut oil is so natural, it doesn't really cause that. Now everybody's different. It being mineral oil free really helps. I can't wear mineral oils, those will make me break out. But being 27, you start to notice small little fine lines, which is nothing major, it's just all part of the getting older process, but I do love that this is a little bit more slick and dewy and applies very well and just looks flawless in photographs. I also really like the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Face Primer in Bronze Tint. This has an SPF of 50, or 20, sorry, 20. This does not go on like your average face primer. They have a pink and a white one with a similar consistency to this, which would be worth checking out if I want to make sure that the clear one is vegan if I do decide to get it. But I really kind of love this for just bronzing out the temples and the cheekbone angles because it's not too intense, it's not streaky, it applies smoother than even a cream bronzer. It's flawless. I love this. And now I never put it under foundation and I never put it through the centers of my face because I like to leave the center of my face looking more open and light so I can apply my colored cosmetics. So I just kind of bronze this up. Also, if your foundation is a little bit too light, which tends to happen to most of us in the summertime, this is so amazing to have on hand to sort of bronze out your foundation that you're working with. Now, I got this tiny little sample size in my Bronzed and Beautiful French Riviera palette, which is a great palette to try if you love to try products. Being that I only purchase cruelty-free and vegan, and I'm trying to purchase pretty much only vegan and paraben free right now, it does really narrow down your selection of brands you can try. So it really goes down to experimenting more with color and finishes, and I think that's a really fun palette to experiment with, is the Bronzed and the Beautiful palette, because you get 5 great bronzers in there, and if you like to change up your look, you have a lot of options. Alright, so also from Too Faced, or we're going into lip products a little bit here, I really loved the Too Faced Glamour glosses this month, particularly Pillow Talk. It's just perfect nude pink with a little bit of a bronze tone to it. Absolutely love this shade. I don't know if I've ever featured it before. It's not, doesn't give the lips a horrible bite or sting, so it is fairly comfy. I like it. I also really like Plush, great for the summer. I love this with green eye looks, which I tend to love in the summer too. And this is Plush. So I love that as well. Now, I had stopped buying some of these Glamour glosses. These aren't new because of lanolin in them, so I'm really not looking to purchase anything with those. But I thought I'd let you know that I did use these a lot. And once again, it's better than buying non-cruelty-free or using non-cruelty-free. And I'm just using up my makeup here. I had thrown away all my Urban Decay lip products, which I thought kind of sucked anyways. I used the lipsticks, which I liked okay, but they don't have as much color stay as the Inglot ones. Going into Inglot, I love their Inglot Soft Precision Lip Liner in number 67. I have used this all month. It is one of my new favorite products because I had found the Urban Decay lip liners and they were my holy grail lip liner, despite the fact that the color selection is not vast and they don't have a nice real red. But don't get me started on them not having a nice real red, that's just wrong. But I can't buy them anymore. Good thing they're all short. So anyways, I love number 67. It's my new nudie pink color, and I love pink lips, as you probably very much well know, all know. And I loved putting number 192 on top of it. Definitely one of my new favorite lipsticks. Definitely, it's probably the favorite lipstick of the month. Which I didn't think a pearly pink would ever be like ranked as my favorite product. I mean, it's so girly and princessy, which I don't really think is my taste per se. I know I'm a girly girl, that's why I like makeup, but I don't really think the whole princess effect is my taste, but that is a pretty color. I also really like the Inglot Lipstick in Climax, which is a great replacement for Urban Decay's Naked. This one, though, will last you a little bit longer, I feel. It's about the same price. It's about $22 with tax, and it is a perfect nude color. It's got more pigment, definitely a lot more pigment than Naked, and doesn't smell like anything, which is a plus. I'm also sure Inglot's got something similar to this as well if you would like to stay in the $10 to $12 lipstick gap range, or price range. For nail polishes, my two favorite brands are Butter London and Zoya. Butter London is Sleeping Bunny logo certified right now. My favorite color is Teddy Girl. This is the color that is on my pedicure. I posted the pedicure on Facebook. If you don't follow me there, I think I also posted on my Twitter. But I love Teddy Girl. It's a true beautiful bubblegum pink. It's totally just it's so beautiful. It is opaque and creamy enough to go on darker skin, and look really alive. I just love it. I think it's a great kind of like feminine, seashell-y, ballet color. I think it's good for year-round, really. And I also like Zoya in Rory. Now, some of these that came out with the, I can't remember if it's the Surf or the Beach collection that has the shimmery ones, but it's one of the two. But some of these are a little thick and gloppy, which is kind of nice because they dry really fast. However, my favorite ones are actually the ones that dry at a steady pace because they're not as gloppy or chunky. Rory dries at a fairly steady pace, and so does Kimber. Rory and Kimber are definitely my favorite two from the newer lines that came out this summer. I think I've already shown Kimber. But this past week I really loved Rory on my nails, so I totally recommend checking out that collection. I know Muerta, I don't really know, it's M-Y-R-T-A. That's a nice orange, it's a beautiful orange, but it's definitely one of the thicker ones. Zuza is also really thick, so I would definitely say that my two favorites would definitely go to Rory and Kimber. For body cream, I really love the Shea Radiance Whipped Shea Butter. This one is in Pomegranate. I know I featured the Whipped Shea Butter before. I got as a sample in the Eco Emmy box in Kalahari Melon, which I loved. That scent was limited edition and since discontinued. This one I think is in the permanent range, but they seem to change them up quite a bit. Pomegranate's really nice because you have the top note of pomegranate with the bottom note of strawberry, and I love that. So yes, I totally recommend this. I wore this to the wedding. This one makes your legs look really silky, really nice and moisturized, almost like you put like a really glowy powder on them or something. So super ideal for the summer, I think, and also keeps them really rich and moisturized. So if you have severely dry skin, this is a great body cream. I also like to mix it with my moisturizer or lotion that I'm using for my body or my hands, and that way it goes a little bit of a longer ways, and it's not so thick and gloppy. So an exciting announcement. I'd like to briefly go over what's coming out with Glamour Doll Eyes, and it's the Blogger collection, which will launch July 10th. 12 bloggers were chosen for the Glamour Doll Eyes collection that are currently active with Glamour Doll Eyes. And my color that I have helped co-create with Vanessa is called Going Green. And this color just really says a lot about me as a vegan artist. It's a color that is going green, which is basically the vegan lifestyle. Progress versus perfection. You're constantly working to be vegan and eco-friendly. And it is a yellow color with a green duochrome and green sparkle. So it's a lot of fun. If you put it on a black base, it will become much more richer. And the color comes with a blogger card. You could buy the full collection or just one eyeshadow. And I'll put the blog post of my eyeshadow in the bottom bar so you can see the swatches and all the pictures of the look in this card close up. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that I'm not going to be buying as much makeup for a variety of reasons. I never said I'm not going to buy any. I'm just going to be very careful what I buy, much more conservative, because I want to make sure that brands are staying cruelty free before I buy that much makeup. Also, on a side note, I plan on going back to Idaho and Washington again in December, early December. That way I can kind of see my little sister for Christmas and get to go see Idaho when it's all beautiful and snowy and lit up, and I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, so I'm definitely going to be saving up for that. Also for January, I plan on going to IMATS with a fellow beauty blogger, and I'm really excited about that as well. So I have two huge trips, late 2012, early 2013 to save up for, so I don't have as much reason to buy cosmetics. So yeah, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this, and it's best for me to get out and not take another 7 years to go on vacation, because I'm sure it makes my blogs far more enjoyable for you to watch. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.